この前上げた動画で内容を付け加えたので、この動画を上げます。詳細は下を見てください。自分の英語力はあれなんで、温かく見守っていただければ幸いです。では始めましょう。まず三大始祖のところで、ダーレーアラビアンとゴドルフィンアラビアンの内容を追加しました。
Almost all thoroughbreds can trace back to the Byerly Turk, the Darley Arabian and the Godolphin Arabian, named after their respective owners, Captain Robert Byerly, Thomas Darley, and Lord Godolphin. Darley Arabian was a purebred Arabian horse whom Syrian nomad bred around 1700 to 1703, and it is known that Mirza II, nomadic sheikh, owned him in 1703. There are various theories why Darley went across to Great Britain. But according to one theory, Thomas Darley, the British consul at Aleppo at that time, took Darley from Mirza. Mirza fired up and executed both farm president and herdsman who managed Darley. Furthermore, Mirza sent a letter of protest to Queen Anne. Later, member of the Darley family was killed. Some people supposed that Mirza revenged. Now exists only Eclipse line descended from Bartlett's Childers, 1742, the leading sire in Great Britain and Ireland. Godolphin Arabian is generally regarded as an Arabian horse, because he was raised in Syria or Yemen and because of his physical feature. On the other hand, General Stud Book described that he was a Berber horse from North Africa or Morocco. The stallion was probably one of several presented as tribute to the King of France by the Bey of Tunis. But the French King Louis XV probably didn't like him, who became thin following the long voyage. According to one story, he was reduced to pulling a water cart in Paris, and a British gentleman, Edward Coke, caught sight of him and purchased him. After he was imported to Great Britain, he was used as riding horse and teaser stallion under Mr. Coke. There is a legend as follows: his grandson Hobgoblin rejected mating with Roxana, and so Godolphin covered her instead. The result of this mating was Lath, the first of his offspring and a fine horse later. Another legend says that Godolphin fought with Hobgoblin in order to gain Roxana, and Godolphin won and got her. Both legends might be wrong. Next, Cade was born between them. Cade was the leading sire in Great Britain and Ireland 5 times, 1752, 53, and 58 to 60. Cade sired Matcham in 1748. Only Matcham line now exists in Godolphin Arabian sire line. Mr. Coke died in 1733. The ownership of Godolphin was changed to Lord Godolphin following Roger Williams, the ordinal relation according to materials. Godolphin Arabian sired 2 fine horses, and he left 90 offspring during his life. He became the leading sire in Great Britain and Ireland 3 times, 1738, 45, and 47. Godolphin's best friend was Grimalkin of the above picture. Godolphin was of a violent temper but opened his mind only to Grimalkin. After Godolphin died, Grimalkin died too immediately. According to another theory, firstly died Grimalkin and Godolphin came to hate cat from then on. Godolphin Arabian strongly influences the modern thoroughbred and accounts for more than 14% of the gene pool. This numerical value is the largest of all stallions and broodmares.
次にハイフライヤー系の断絶のところに、セントサイモンの悲劇の話を追加しました。
In total, for 31 years out of 33 years, this 3 generations remained the leading sire. Around the middle of the 19th century, High Flyer sire line was so prosperous that the horses of High Flyer line had few choices to mate. A phenomenon similar to the Tragedy of St. Simon occurred. The Tragedy of St. Simon means as follows: this phenomenon occurred a century later than High Flyers one, and has often occurred in thoroughbred history. When the broodmares, who succeed one sire's bloodline, increase excessively, this sire have few choices of mating, for the purpose of incest avoidance. As a result, this sire line wane rapidly. Similarly, High Flyer sire line waned gradually and were extinct during the 20th century.
さらに追加した部分として、トールビヨン系の馬などは、ジャージー規則により一時期不運に見舞われました。
For a while, Lexington, Trubillon, and Jabel weren't recognized as a thoroughbred by Jersey Act. The rules allowed a horse to be registered, if all of the horse's ancestors were registered in the General Stud Book, or if it had been bred outside of Britain or Ireland and was registered in the stud book of its country of origin. Their horse's pedigree was regarded as including non-registered ancestor. Jersey Act was revoked in 1949, but until then many horses had to run in other countries than Great Britain.
最後に、現在のヘロド系の種母馬としてナットノウ系統を紹介しましたが、主に障害用の種母馬として供用されてるそうですので、ドゥーナデンという種母馬の紹介に差し替えました。
Only Herod sire line exists in Birali Turk sire line. Mainly, a Honura line, belonging to Clarion line, exists among Helid sire line at the present time. Dunadan's first crop was just born in this year 2016. Dunadan was born in 2006 in France. His race results were 10 wins of 46 races, and he won 2011 Melbourne Cup, Hong Kong Vase, and 2012 Caulfield Cup. After he retired, he entered stud in 2015 at Overbury Stud, Gloucestershire, England. As a sire line, the situation for Herod sire line is very severe anyhow. Let's end this topic. I will talk about the continuation later.
チャオ